Okay, today I'm going to be testing for you a Guild. It's an F30NT HG, which is a reissue guitar that was made in the late 90s by Guild in the Westerly plant in Rhode Island, which is where their best guitars come from. Everything, once Fender took over, kind of went downhill, and you can read about that online all over the place. But it's a great reissue. The F30 is a nice orchestra-sized body, so it's not a dreadnought. It doesn't sound like a dreadnought or a jumbo, certainly. It's a smaller body, so the notes tend to be a little more exacting, maybe a little bit smaller acoustically, but then once once amped or through a PA, it just sounds absolutely great. And I think it's got great balance for fingerstyle and also for chords and things. And so I'm going to see if I have a pick here, and of course I do not. No, there we go. Okay, so I got one. So I'll give you a sense of what it sounds like both with fingerstyle and also with a pick. So. So there's maybe some fingerstyle type stuff, but it just has a great sound. It's not very mellow. It definitely has some bite to it. The notes are very, very clear, and the neck is great. It allows you to be very versatile in kind of what you're playing and the style and things. Okay, I'm going to try it with the pick now, and it'll give you a sense of kind of what that sounds like. So. Hear that it's definitely got kind of a stringy response, which I actually really like, and in acoustic, in shows and in situations with recording, I mean, it's really valuable. Some guitars project so well, and the notes are so clear that you can't get that real string sound. That's not an issue with this guitar, and I'm using a really heavy pick, and so you can imagine what it would sound like with a real thin pick. You can get that kind of behind the scenes, like strumming sound if you're with a band and you're just kind of a front man and you're looking for just something that gives you just kind of that picking sound or that really percussive style sound. But then also, you've got the option to use a larger pick and to really get the notes to ring out as well. It does have a piezo pickup, an undersaddle that's in there, and it just comes out through the end pin jack, which is quite convenient. And so you won't have to mic it or use any sort of sound hole setup or anything. It's already built in. That's something that the factory put in. There's a little bit of finish checking on the surface itself, which doesn't really affect the playability and things. It's very common in all guitars that have some age on it. Wonderful spruce top, though. It's very orange. It's almost like a cedar top in the color, but it's actually a spruce top. The only two issues with the guitar are that there is just a little bit of lifting on the bridge itself, and so it's something that you could have repaired if you'd like. I chose not to. Just to kind of keep it natural. And the other thing is that the previous owner, I bought it from the previous owner, and he had purchased it new, but he hadn't, I don't think he did a really good job of humidifying the guitar through the winter, which is a big problem up north here where I live. and so there's just a little bit of sinking around the sound hole in this area here. And so although the top is very stable, you know, like I said, there's a little bit of lift here and then some sinking, which are kind of, you know, issues that kind of go together basically when you have any sort of an issue with the guitar. The neck is perfectly straight, the intonation's excellent, the action's very, very low, but it's also very balanced. It's not low like an electric or anything, but it's a very, very nice action, and you know, I think the sound is excellent, and it'll be great for recording or live or whatever you choose to do. The other nice thing is it's kind of light and it's small, so it's a great stage guitar. It's not going to kill your back or you know, be heavy or anything. It's a beautiful guitar, and best of luck in the auction.